Today's topic, active shooter kits. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I know you're expecting to see your disappointed father Jared, but I'm going to be doing the video today. So typically I'm behind the camera, but we're going to mix that up. So today I'm going to be here talking to you about my plate carrier and how I set it up for my job in law enforcement as more of an active shooter kit. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about our sponsor, Texas Loot. A lot of this stuff that's on this plate carrier you're going to be able to find there, as well as much more. So he's a great dude, great company. Definitely recommend you check them out, Texas Loot, and then use code SQUATS, SQUATS, for free shipping. All right guys, so I'm also going to preface this just a little bit. This plate carrier was originally set up for much of my civilian use. I've only been in law enforcement for the past probably year or so, but it was a really easy transition to move this into this other role that I'm going to talk about. So a whole lot of things haven't changed. A couple of things have been tweaked, and to be honest, there's probably some stuff on here that's going to find its way off of the carrier just to slim it up a little bit. And that's mostly because when we're talking about an active shooter plate carrier, our main goal is going to be rapid deployment, so being able to put it on quickly, our communications, comms, radio, ammo, and of course body armor, and then medical as well. So whether that's medical for you or for other people, that's going to be something you got to decide depending, like when you're setting this up and what your ultimate goal is. So basically the plate carrier is a Feral Concepts FCPC V5. So basically what we're going to do is we'll just kind of do what we normally do. I'll start from the front and then we'll work our way around. So you'll notice on the front here, immediately I've got my American flag and my identifier. Our department, most departments by policy require that you have some kind of indicator on all four sides. So I've got one on the front, the back, and then the patches on my uniform would be the ones for the side. So this placard is something I had custom made from YMI Tactical. I didn't like how everything was super micro rig type thing where you can only hold 3 rifle mags and then combination of pistol mags, other utility stuff. Typically the front plates are wide enough that they can accommodate 4 standard AR rifle mags, or like I said, the other things. So what I did was I had him custom make this one for me so I could hold 4 to completely utilize that front plate bag, but obviously I've set it up a little differently, so let's get into that a little bit. So I've got 2 of these Blue Force Gear elastic pouches. They're 10-speed pouches, I believe, and they're just holding some chem sticks. So we're not going to dive too much into what chem sticks are for, chem lights, whatever the fuck you want to call them. We cover them in classes, or you can look it up, Google that shit, you know. But we can talk about chem lights another time. So I've got a multi-tool, always good to have a multi-tool. Handheld flashlight, so this is just a Streamlight HL because it's what the department gave me. I'll be replacing that with probably a cloud defense light in the near future. I have 2 spare rifle mags, and then a tourniquet, of course, and some shears tucked in behind the back. So you have no idea how many times I've already had to cut backpacks off of people, not necessarily clothes for trauma and treating wounds and medical stuff. They're great for that. That's what their original intended purpose is. But I have cut probably at least 5 backpacks off of people because we've handcuffed them, and then you have to get that bag off of them, and you're not going to uncuff them because they're assholes. So always good to carry some shears on you. I also have them on my standard soft vest as well. So something else that's cool, something else I've done, speaking of handcuffs, is I've gotten a bunch of these flex cuffs. So I have 2 pairs of them just stuffed in behind this placard here. So basically think of where the straps are that it would hang down from the buckles before it Velcros. I just have 2 of those shoved in here. So I can pull these out super fast. They're already deployed, so all I have to do is stick people's hands through these and then zip them down, and you can detain people pretty quickly. So that's super cool. And I was really trying to figure out what was the best way to carry additional handcuffs. And you know, standard handcuffs are super heavy. The cases for them are really bulky. So just finding a good way to carry restraining devices This is what I came up with, is basically just to use a set of flex cuffs. Getting them back in is a pain in the ass. So, but pulling them out's easy. So moving around to the right here, I have this just a rifle mag pouch. You can hold 2 rifle mags, I believe. I had originally picked this up, like I said, trying to figure out how to put these flex cuffs on my carrier. I was going to get one of these pouches. That way it's Velcroed in. They're held in here, and you can hold like 3 of them. So that's another option for you if you're trying to figure out how to use flex cuffs. And there's just these extra elastic loops if I had something else to attach or stuff in there. But right now it's empty. I may repurpose it as a radio pouch, or I may just take it off. It's kind of one of those things. Like I said, the kit is always changing depending on, you have to be able to adapt to our environment and the times and whatever kit is out there. So this carrier is constantly changing. That's something I'm just trying out, and it may not work, it might work, I don't know, but it'll either find a purpose or it'll find its way off the carrier. Behind that, since we're using the FCPC, we've got the soft armor side inserts that just Velcro straight to their cummerbund, which is awesome. So the cummerbund not only provides a lot of rigidity and structure to the carrier, it also allows you to mount the soft armor. And then, of course, by department policy, I've got to have protection all the way around. So I've got my plates, front and rear, and the soft armor on the side. So if we open this up, I got the Cobra buckle kit, which makes donning and doffing this really easy. You can open that up, and we see that soft armor insert we have in there. And then you're probably wondering, how do I have this rifle mag and another set of flex cuffs in here? Well, because it Velcros, I have basically, think of originally like the Spirit Systems, they're inserts that are just elastic with Velcro on the front and back. I took some of those that I had from another company and just stuck them between that soft armor and the cummerbund, and that allowed me to put my rifle mag and a pair of flex cuffs, and there's another pouch behind it if I have something else I want to put in there too. And then outside of the cummerbund, I have some more Blue Force Gear 10-speed pouches. This is originally where I was carrying my extra ammunition at, but then like I said, I moved it up towards the front here, inside that cummerbund, because I like to keep as much inside the cummerbund as I can. It just keeps it a little more streamlined. So you'll see there's stuff starting to find its way to the outside that I need to get refitted to the inside. So keep moving around here. We've got our carabiner here. It's a locking carabiner on a recovery strap. There's a video out already. I believe it's Fred. He already did a video on how to set up a tubular nylon recovery strap, or termed the Darcy strap. Now, we plan on making a video just because the more knowledge we can put out, the better. So we'll make a video down the road on how to set up this strap. But essentially what happens is this strap right here on the top, it's this drag handle. It's not a standard drag handle. It will deploy out of the plate bag and give you some distance. So that way you're not choking your homie out with his plate carrier when you're dragging him after he's already been shot. So this would attach to your belt, and it's really easy. I have a 2-piece duty belt, so I literally just hook this around the entire belt, and basically like it was a belt loop. Just hook it on there. Is it the most comfortable thing in the world? Probably not, but honestly, a little piece of metal poking me in the lower back isn't anything I'm really going to give a shit about if I have to use this thing. So I just keep it over here, hooked on to the cummerbund until I need to use it. This is the banger back panel, so it's got the 3 pouches for various items, namely flashbangs, but we don't get to just carry those around on patrol, so I don't have anything in there right now. This is another one of those things that I had gotten because it's a great capability to add to the plate carrier, but it's something that I may not necessarily need, so this may also find its way off of there. But then I also have another flag patch as well as another police identifier on there. And then what's cool about these pouches is they zip on and off, so if I really want to, I can rip this thing off. I've got the water pouch in underneath it too, so I could take that off, run the whole back slick, or obviously fit it up this way. So this nice little GP pouch on the bottom, I don't have anything in there right now because I'm still, like I said, kind of fitting this thing out, but this is where I put additional medical supplies. So this isn't anything that you're going to be able to reach because it's on your back, but this is a really good spot to put anything that your other officers would need or your teammates need. So moving around even further, this side of the cummerbund, not a whole lot going on. Other than I've got this GP pouch here. This is where I used to carry a first aid kit. Again, back when I was doing stuff just with the homies as a dirty civilian, I'm also an EMT, so I kind of took on the role as the medic for our crew. and I would carry just a big old boo-boo kit in here because most injuries aren't traumas, and you don't necessarily need tourniquets and chest seals and all that crap on the daily. You're gonna need Band-Aids, ibuprofen, Neosporin, all that kind of shit. So that would usually live in here. This pouch is now empty, so this is also probably gonna get taken off at some point, and that's probably where I'm gonna put the Ferro radio pouch. It's their version of the radio pouch. It's structured. It's gonna work a lot better than what I have going right now, which is just their wing. So I've got the elastic Ferro wing. Let me see if I can get you an angle in there so you can see that. So the wing is just attached to the front plate bag, and I've got that radio shoved in there. So the radio cable, because it's super stupid long, I have wrapped around the GP pouch up to the front, hooked it in here, and then I also wear an earpiece because I don't know if it's my ADD or what, but I have a really hard time hearing communications that are coming out of this stereo mic. So even on regular patrol, I use an earpiece, so I just bought a second one. So this is hooked into the little elastic piece here on the side of the shoulder pad, and I can just pull that out and throw it in my ear, and then put my over-ear ear protection over the top of that, because you're not going to be able to unscrew off the radio this PTT and then put on a different one that hooks into a headset. That's all way too much, because like I said at the beginning of the video, one of the main priorities for this kit is that it has to be rapidly deployable. So in this case, all I have to do is rip this radio off of my typical vest for duty. I just have to unplug that earpiece, pull it out of that pouch, shove it into this pouch, plug in this other headset, put that in my ear, and I'm good to go. So then behind that obviously is another soft armor panel. This cable right here was an antenna relocation that I had for civilian radios. It's still on there just because I'm lazy and haven't taken it off. But also if I'm going to use different radios for when we go and do trainings and stuff like that with OTG, I may need it. So I'm kind of back and forth on whether or not I'm going to take it off. But basically if we end up upgrading to Motorola's, I'm going to take it off anyway. So because bow fangs are not secure. Ask Lindsay. So that kind of gets us around the whole plate carrier. On the bottom, we've got the Roll 1. This is made in collaboration with Forward Observations. I believe it was originally designed to hold cordage, rope, tubular nylon, something along those lines, and it's been repurposed as an IFAC. I like this location for an IFAC because it is off my belt line. If I'm sitting in a vehicle, it's not pushing my hips forward. It actually acts as a lumbar support. I've heard some people complain that it's too small, Jared, and doesn't hold enough stuff, but honestly I was able to fit an entire blowout kit in here. Chest seals, decompression, gauze, the whole shit. I didn't put a tourniquet in here because there's plenty of other places to mount tourniquets. You don't have to mount your tourniquet, or you don't have to place your tourniquet inside your IFAC. That's kind of a moot point in my opinion. There's plenty of other places you can shove a tourniquet. So when I go to throw this thing on, because I have these Cobra buckles, I will undo the shoulder and one cummerbund. The right shoulder is, I'm going to grab with my right hand and shove my left arm through. This wraps around, buckle myself in, grab my cummerbund, and buckle myself in, and then we're set. So like I said, all I have to do is pull out this little earpiece, put that in, put my over-ears on. I keep my over-ear protection right next to my rifle in my patrol car. It's really smart to protect your hearing, guys. Not all of us are lucky enough to have suppressors, especially in Illinois. Whether or not they're legal for law enforcement, I'm not even sure, but I know the state in general has banned suppressors. So if we get into some kind of altercation with a rifle, my hearing's gonna be gone like that if I don't wear ear protection. So based on how I have this set up, I have easy access to the ammo on the front, as well as my last and final mag all the way over here on the right. I have my handheld flashlight, multi-tool, tourniquet. I also have a tourniquet on my belt. I always have two tourniquets on me. So one is on my soft vest, so because I'm pulling it off, I have another one to replace it here on my plate carrier. And then I would have that secondary one. So I've got the flex cuffs. The other one would be right here, but I can access them with either hand depending on which arm I'm controlling them with. And then if I need a third set, I have those here. I also carry one set of standard handcuffs on my belt behind my gun. So then with the radio, it's in the same location that is on my soft vest. I'll pull up a photo of my soft vest kit, and that way it's all continuous. I like to keep everything consistent because when you train stuff, you're going to create those neural pathways, and when you start reaching for stuff, you want it all be in the same spot. So on my normal patrol vest, I have my multi-tool right next to my handheld light, and then I have my radio on the left side because now I can control the volume knob with my off hand. So if I have my gun in my right hand, I can control the volume with my left if I need to, or I can switch channels. On the back, we've got that roll one pouch, so I can access it with either hand. All you gotta do is rip it out. And then in conjunction, I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but I have from THYF their gas mask pouch. Our department was given a grant to provide us all with FM54 gas masks. So if for some reason I needed it, this would just swing around, buckle up underneath, and go over my duty belt. So now I have access to a gas mask as well. When we'd ever need that, I have no idea, but we got them because we got them for free. Thanks, Uncle Sam. All right, guys, that pretty much wraps it up for my plate carrier setup. Something I didn't mention was what plates I was running. They're the Shot Stop GT2s, so they're made to stop green tip. They're super light, super comfortable. Hey guys, real quick before you go run into the comment section, I just wanted to jump in and say, yes, we are aware of the issues with Shot Stop plates that have come out recently. This video was shot and edited literally 2 days before all that news hit social media, so for the meantime, I'm still going to run them because it's what I have, but I'll probably be looking at other armor options down the road. But just want to let you guys know, as of the second editing of this video, we are fully aware of the issues with Shot Stop that may or may not affect the plates that I currently have. But with that being said, go ahead and go down in the comment section and let me know what plates I should buy instead. Thanks. Back to the video. Something else is, the placement of your PTT is going to be important. You don't want to have to turn your head all the way to the side if you need to talk. I can blade my body just slightly, and I can talk into my microphone because communication is super big in any kind of tactical environment, not just law enforcement. So you want to make sure you put that in a good spot that's not impeding your shooting ability. So like putting on your right shoulder would be ridiculous. Some people mount them center line. If you talk to Jared, he put it there because with his gas mask, he could press the button with the gas mask to talk. And that way he didn't have to use his hands at all. So with this PTT, that's not necessarily an option, but that's something to think about when you're setting up your kit. So obviously, I'm not telling you guys to go out and buy everything I bought or set up your carrier exactly how I have mine set up. Mine is set up with a purpose, and that is an active shooter kit for law enforcement. The chances of me needing this thing are pretty low, but I want to make sure that it is up to the standard in case I ever do need it. And honestly, if I am ever in that situation where there is an active shooter and somebody's actively shooting and killing and they need to be stopped, grabbing this kit and switching everything out may not necessarily be on the table either because time is of the essence, and I may just have to go in my soft vest and deal with it. There's plenty of other things to discuss when it comes to tactical response and stuff like that, but we're just trying to focus on the gear today. So whether or not this is something you feel like you need or the way you need to set it up is totally up to you. But my best advice is to get training, whether it's with firearms or CQB, small unit tactics, all that kind of stuff. And of course, Jared and all the guys at OTG provide all of that training. So I've never seen a company provide such a spectrum. I say spectrum because we're all autistic at heart. A spectrum of training going all the way from firearms, medical, comms, small unit tactics, CQB, to cover all of it, long range shooting. So if any of those things sound like something you'd be interested in, you want to scratch that itch or just become a better, well-rounded, prepared citizen, definitely go to the website, oriontraininggroup.com, or follow them on Instagram, Orion Training Group LLC. So I think that's it, guys. That's all I've really got for you. If you've got any questions about it, or if you've got more experience running a active shooter kit and there's some changes you think I should make, feel free to drop a comment. Let me know how I'm wrong and how much I suck and how stupid I am. And you know, just helping the algorithm. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of these gear setup, gear review videos for you guys, because we know Jared loves talking about stuff and things instead of doing stuff and things. So hate to take that from him. Sorry, Jared, but you know, subscribe to the channel, see what else we got coming. We got plenty of stuff coming down the pipe. So if you guys want to see those videos talking about gear and firearms or tactics and stuff like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you know when we drop videos. They're kind of inconsistent, so make sure you don't want to miss them and turn those notifications on. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking with me through this video, and we'll see you next time.